Hey, hey Kim, how are
How
you?
are you?
Looks nice over there.
Oh yeah.
Very pretty. Yeah, I was just in the walk in my neighborhood. We have a park. We have a bunch of trees, and then we have a lake there as well. I can go there every day, walk my dog, do my tai chi and my qigong. It's nice to live in the forest.
It is. It's nice to live in the forest.
That's
I'm
good.
hearing
So,
feedback.
feedback. Let's see. Turn off some mics here.
Hi, Pamela.
You still hear feedback?
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's my voice.
Maybe I need to turn this off. Hello? Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. No?
No, it's not better.
Okay. Let's see. So this is going into iPad, and then shouldn't be feedback.
It could just be like the sound around.
Is it a fan noise or something in here?
No, it's my voice.
Your voice is feeding back. Okay, just
Yeah.
turn down the volume. Okay, try now.
Okay.
I can't turn down the volume here. Maybe that. That's so weird. Okay, try now.
Okay.
Still
Still.
feeding back? You know what?
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna.
Take your time. I know. He's fixing it, Josie. He's fixing it so you don't hear me twice.
Is that better?
Let me see. Yes, that's so much better.
Okay. Let me. I gotta plug this in again because it's connecting to my Zoom at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I don't hear me twice. That's so nice. Yeah, like I don't want to
Okay,
hear
it's
my
working.
voice.
It's working. Just waiting for it to go on to the Zoom as well. So we're on Zoom, and then we're on YouTube, and we're going to Facebook all at the same time.
You got them all.
Yeah.
And TikTok. You got TikTok on your side too, or just my side?
Both. I'm
Both.
TikTok on my side here, and your side as well. No, it's not showing the screen on my Zoom.
Hi, Tan. While he's setting up, you guys, this is David. He is with Coil, and he's going to answer any question you guys might have as he's buffering. Any questions? He's on YouTube right now as well with this and Zoom. So I don't, I'm getting, this is all new to me. So I'm learning as I go as well, as far as like the frequency devices and utilizing them. And I got the Coil. Thank you for that. It's amazing. I'm loving it. I've used it for 3 days, and it has definitely, I've been going to the pain doctor, and I've been having some injections, and I recovered today faster than normal. Normally I'm down to like on Friday, like Wednesday, Thursday, and Fridays. And today I was just down Wednesday night and Thursday morning. So I definitely can see a difference using these frequency devices. And it's pretty awesome. I do have the option in my profile. So if you guys want to know, to head over there and you can check them out there. Hi, Derek.
Awesome. Hey. Okay. Can you guys on Zoom hear Kim or just me? You guys can hear Kim? Okay, good.
They can hear me?
Okay. It's working. We're on.
Okay. We're good. I hate technology. I struggle with it now.
Okay, so welcome to the Chi Life podcast, combined, collaborated TikTok live with Zoom and YouTube and Facebook and everything all together at once. So this is my friend Kim Rogers. She's from Washington, also known as the Worm Queen, and she has an amazing story to share with us today. So I'm just gonna let you share about yourself. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm the Worm Queen. I got the name from TikTok. It's Da Worm Queen, but we kind of shortened the DA, and now I'm just Worm Queen. I started a year ago on July 18th on a parasite journey. I was chronically ill. Nothing was helping. I had changed all of my synthetic meds to mushrooms, and I still wasn't feeling 100% the way I should be feeling. I changed my diet. I started frequencies. I do quantum codes, and I still wasn't at the top notch I wanted to be. And so a few years ago, thought I might have had worms, and they said that's impossible. So I just kind of let it go. And there was a trend on TikTok, and I thought, I'm just going to get Paragard. I'm just going to see what it's like. I'm going to try it. And within 3 days, I knew for sure my illness was caused from parasites and worms. It led me down a more of a wormhole than I ever wanted to. And I posted my journey, my 60-second video on TikTok, and it got 9.7 million views. And I thought, this is something that we just don't do here in our country. This is something Western medicine has just called taboo. I worked in Western medicine for 18 years. I thought it was a joke, and it's 100% not a joke. We don't deworm, and we should be deworming. Other countries deworm. We just don't. It's the weirdest thing. And when you talk about it, they kind of make you think you're a little crazy. And yeah, you kind of are because you have worms. So I just decided to start sharing my journey on how to heal yourself with chronic illnesses. And, you know, a year ago, I never thought I would be here. In the process, I have built my own business from actually making my own parasite kit so that people would understand what it takes to cleanse and not have to go through the hoops of getting all the different products. So I just put them all in one kit, and it's $100. And, you know, I do have the medical background to do that, but overall my health has dramatically changed. I've lost over 50 pounds. I'm building a log home, so I really wanted to be, you know, present for that. And I just feel like, you know, being your own patient advocate and self-healing is super important. And if you don't understand what's going in your body and you don't understand what's going on with your body, it's so frustrating. Your gut is your first brain, in my opinion. Yeah. And I feel like herbs are taboo and deworming's taboo, but like it's such a simple concept to see what's going on with yourself. It's such an easy thing to do. Within days, you'll know if that's what your chronic illness is caused from. I would say the root cause of most chronic illness and autoimmune is parasites. So I had them in my water. That's how we found out. We got our water tested. And I live in an area where Cryptosporidium parvium, which is a parasite, is pretty prevalent. And that's what I had. My husband had Giardia and D. fragilis and roundworm. So we were pretty infested. I just saw like our health declining, and I wasn't just going to go down with the ship, man. I wanted to know what the hell was going on with me.
Yeah. So we're here with Kim, the Worm Queen Rogers, and she was able to heal herself naturally from parasites. By the way, make sure you if you're on right now, make sure you like this so that we can get more people on this live right now. So like and share this video with your friends right now. Give us some hearts, and then we continue. So tell us about your background. You said you have 18 years in the pharmaceutical industry, was it?
No, I was in medical. So I was a licensed medical specialist. I worked with doctors. Neurology and endocrine were my specialty. And after a few years in the field, I went into academia, and then I ran 25 medical colleges for DeVry. And I authored some books with Cengage and Pearson, and I wrote curriculum. And then I got sick. I got really sick, and it took me out of normal life. And then my husband and I decided to sell everything and move out to our property and build ourselves. So I really enjoyed working in the medical field, and it was all Western medicine. I never worked in natural medicine or herbs before. turmeric was about as far as we would venture out in Western medicine to say, go and take turmeric. Like, that was like, whoa, wait a minute, you're taking turmeric? Like, so that was really it. That was really it.
That's great. Yeah. So that's a kind of dramatic. So what made you switch from that conventional medicine into natural medicine?
After we moved out to this property, it just wasn't doing what it was supposed to be doing. Like, I was having surgeries and my conditions were coming back. It didn't matter how much medication they put you on, I got sicker. And that's kind of how a lot of chronically ill people are right now, is they don't know why they can't heal themselves. They're doing what they're being told. Their doctors are saying do this and they're doing it and nothing's helping and they're getting worse. So I started going on, we started growing our own mushrooms so that we could just know that for sure that it was either what we were taking with supplements, because as you know, supplements can be overwhelming to your system as well and full of fillers. And we just didn't want to chance it as I was getting off of my Western medication. And we found that the mushrooms were helping a lot, like lion's mane, turkey tail, reishi, chaga. I take all of those mushies every day, and they were helping. And I thought, okay, well, I started researching the compounds of everything. And I noticed that the compounds of the mushrooms and the compounds of Western medicine were very similar in trade. So I started thinking, well, maybe I can replace this with this. And we just overall wanted to live a more clean and healthy lifestyle. Mm-hmm. So there wasn't like anything like one main thing. I mean, it was more or less just something that I wanted to be able to try and say did it help. And I take 15 mushrooms a day now, every day. And they're all natural. We grow them ourselves. Or I take Fresh Cap, which is an affiliate, because they're all natural too.
You mean the mushrooms in capsules?
Mm-hmm.
I take them? Okay.
Yeah.
And then you make them yourself?
I do. We grow them and then we dehydrate them and we grind them down and we make capsules. Mm-hmm.
Great. Okay. And then later on, you're going to share with us where we can get some of them because...
oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do that. By the way, might as well do that now, actually. So if you go to the link, use the Qi, can you read it there? usetheqi.com. Mm-hmm. You're going to see a link that says Mrs. Rogers Hood. It's backwards.
Aww.
But it's in the middle. It says Mrs. Rogers Hood. Click that, and then you can go to her site. You get 5% off and order. What do you think people need the most right now? Let's go there right now.
Well, the Parasite kit is what is my company with Rogers Hood. That's my company. And then like Fresh Cap, we're affiliates. I've got multiple affiliates and they're all on that website. Everything I ever talk about. So that's my kit. It's 3 tinctures and a binder. And a binder, if you're using frequency devices, just so you guys know, you should always use a binder if you're using frequency devices for parasites, any sort of detoxing of any kind. I have to say that I used yours and I did a parasite frequency, and I'm very thankful I used a binder because I'm going through, it's the full moon was last night, and we all know that worms come out during the full moon. And so I was like, I'm just going to hit them even harder because they can come back. Like, people think, oh, it's a one and done, and it's not a one and done. Like, you religiously have to cleanse. And so I do it over the full moon, and I saw a fluke, a liver fluke, and it just helps binders just help bring out whatever's crummy in your body. So a binder, in my case, the cinnamon, and that's what we have. And it's Ceylon cinnamon and coconut activated charcoal, which helps pull out the toxins and flush them out of your system so you don't get sicker while you're detoxing.
Which frequency were you using? Were you using the tablet?
I was using the Z app on that one, but I have been using the tablet. I've been doing the no energy one, like the get rid of the negative energy one.
Okay, yeah. Have you tried? There's the Rife app on the tablet, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm getting used to the tablet. I didn't see where it where the parasite one was.
You just go to programs, right? And then you just search for it. You could search parasite here, parasite, and then it'll give you a whole list of them right there. So it'll say detox 2 parasites in the intestines, Gardia lamblia, headaches from parasites, the M word.
Yeah, thank you for saying the M word. I told him, you guys. I told him.
Flukes in blood, general, intestinal, liver, lymph, pancreatic. There's a bunch. Heartworms, hookworm, leishmania, strongyloids, tapeworms, turbatrix, anaplasms. Like, there's a really long list. Wow. There's probably like two to 300 frequencies with parasites in the name on this app.
So that's the R app, you guys. We can't say, well, it's the Rife app. That's the Rife app.
Yeah, R app.
Yeah.
It's right here. Okay. Yeah, it's in there.
Mine looks different than that. And is there like, okay, you guys, his customer service is amazing, by the way. I've already had to email him once. But like, I don't know if it uninstalled my R app uninstalled when I put the Z app on. So
can I see? No, I don't think so. It should be there. Let's see.
I put it back on. I had to put that back on and pay for that.
You did? No, it should be installed already automatically.
It was, but I did it. I totally did it.
You have to install it from the store?
No, I didn't know how to do that. You guys, I'm so technology challenged. It's terrible.
Okay. Anyway, we'll figure out later. But it's in there. And then
it is.
Yeah. So, and then you're using the Coil 3s, right?
Yes. Okay, so I got these are awesome. I love that there's 2 and that you can place them anywhere. I've noticed a huge difference since using them. Hey, look at you guys. It like comes with this really fun. This whole thing is super fun. If you got to take your healing to a whole nother level. This is the way to do it.
So exactly how did it make a difference? Like what difference did you experience specifically?
Well, I'm going through like injections, like painful injections, and normally I won't be able to like move my left side after the injections. So last night when I got home, I immediately started using it. And as you can see, I was just up and moving. That would have been like, I would have had to cancel today if I hadn't been able to like get it under control with the frequencies. I would have had to cancel because it was really bad when I got home. And so I set them on and I did 30 minutes and then I gave myself a little bit of a break. And then I did another 30 minutes with acute pain and then nerve pain. Mm-hmm. And I was able to go in and move a couple cabinets with my husband in my house today. That would have been totally impossible.
So normally you would be in so much pain you wouldn't be able to move?
Yeah, I would be unable to function the next day after I get injections.
Mm-hmm. But then you used the coils right after you got it and then you were able to function normally?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool.
I also had something going on, and a lot of my viewers will know this. I had something going on with my eye. And it's because it's the full moon and I'm detoxing. And so using the parasite frequency and then backing it up with a cleanup frequency that's on the apps, that did a totally different shift for me as well.
That's great. Yeah. You know what we should do? You should like make some kind of playlist or something that's specific for parasites.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got the question and say, well, there's like 200 parasite programs. What do I use, right? How do I get my body ready for the therapy? What programs do I use? What do you use afterwards? How do I combine it with the mushrooms and the caps? You know, and other things you do. It would be great if you can like maybe next time, you know, on Sunday. You're coming this Sunday, right?
Yeah.
On 18th. So we're gonna be back. Maybe we can talk about that. Because I think a lot of us want to learn more specific things on how to get rid of those parasites.
Oh, they're so, and I looked at all of those parasite ones, and I have to say that, you know, there's some really detail oriented ones, but in all honesty, the Parasite General, and then I liked the Parasite Shortcut, the short ones, because they're not as long, so they're only like 30 minutes instead of an hour. um and unless you know exactly what parasites you have, you're not going to really need to use all of those. But like, I know what I have just because I got myself tested. My stool's been tested multiple times. That's how I know. But most of the time it's a general, and then you're treating for parasites and worms. They're two different things. So
What's the difference?
So parasites are microscopic and you can't see them. So when you were naming some of those off, like Giardia and D. Crypto, Spiridium parvium, which is parvo, which kills puppies, you can use these devices on your animals as well that will help them deworm. And it's a lot more natural and helps them move it along a little faster than, you know, putting synthetic medicine in their body. But anyway, so they're microscopic and most of them are in contaminated water, where worms are physical and you can usually see them, and you can't necessarily use this for like your animal or water to determine if you're going to kill something physical, but you can use it for parasites and they just absorb into your system. And that's why you use a binder. Mm-hmm. But anyway, one's microscopic and one is physical.
Okay. Interesting. And then the only way you would know is to get a test, right?
The only way that you know exactly what's going on is to get a stool test. Mm-hmm. And not through like LabCorp. We have independent labs that are on our website that will help you determine if you have something in your water, if you have something in your stool. And it's a parasite lab. Like, this is all they do all day long, is look at poop with parasites in it and worms.
Okay. And you have a link to that somewhere?
I do, and my website on rogershood.com.
Okay. If you need the website to see all that's available, go to usethechi.com and click on Mrs. Rogers Hood, link in the middle of the screen. If you learn, and there's also the link on the Chi Coils. Go check it out. And once again, we're here with Kim, the Worm Queen Rogers, expert on parasites and natural healing. Yeah.
Now, so, David, you have a good story too. You have a good story as well.
Yeah, my story is that I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. And that was like after about 3 years into having it, because I thought it would go away. And I thought that, oh, it's just nothing, and I'm just going to live with it. It's not a big deal. But then it got worse and worse and worse. I had to go to the bathroom like 20 times a day, 30 times a day. And then I finally went to see the doctor, and then they said, okay, well, you got, go get your colonoscopy. And I did that. And then they said, yeah, you got serious ulcerative colitis. And then they gave me medication, which didn't do a thing. It's like $500 a month for medication. Didn't do a single thing. The only thing it did was give me eczema. So I had eczema. So after taking medication, had this new disease. My eyes were all red. My ears were red. My knees were all red. The skin was like peeling off. And that never happened in my life before. So I said, screw this medication. Mm-hmm. Right? And then I started to look for other methods, like naturopathic methods, herbs and medicines, and acupuncture, changed my diet, but it never really healed it. It's kind of like I just survived for the next 7 years of my life. And I was just in chronic fatigue every day. I was losing blood every day. So I was very weak, and I can focus. I can do any work. But I survived for that much time until I finally started to experiment with some frequency technologies and sound frequencies and electromagnetic devices like this. Not as nice as this, but basically a simpler version. And I was just doing it because I wanted to get deeper in my meditation and get deeper in my spiritual life. But what ended up happening, because I started experimenting with some royal frequencies, and then for my intestinal inflammation. And then the moment I turned on, it was like a light switch. I felt something working on my gut that I never felt before. And I felt it targeted. It's like, whoa, something is working there. And then I just kept using it for a day or two. And then my symptoms went down. My bleeding was less immediately that day. I said, whoa, this is crazy. This is, I was in disbelief. Long story short, in about 12 weeks of using it about, once every couple of days, I accidentally healed myself from ulcerative colitis. And there's no cure for this, right? If you see all the literature, all the scientific research, there's no cure. And people live with this every day. And people live with having to go to the bathroom 30 times a day. They can't go out. And if they do, they have to make sure there's a washroom somewhere nearby, because you never know when you have to go and cause have an accident, right? So so that was a big problem. And a lot of people's lives are completely ruined. There's no cure. They're taking medication. They're doing injections. They're getting their colons removed, right? I don't know the word, colorectomy. I think that's the word, right? And even after they remove their colon, they still have colitis. So a lot of this conventional medicine is not working, and people are still suffering, sometimes making it worse. And people say, okay, I can try naturopathic stuff, but a lot of the traditional Chinese medicine has it's not even in their dictionary, because it's not, because it's a disease that's probably new, that hasn't happened in the last 100 years, only happened recently. And I think it's because of the GMO and of the food that we eat. Because what happened when I was sick, when I went to live on an island where everything's clean, I didn't have many symptoms. And then when I came back to the city, then the symptoms came back. So it has to do with the environment. It has to do with the food. It has to do with the chemicals that we're absorbing. Could be even parasites could be involved in that too. But then I said, I'm so glad that I figured out a way to heal myself. So that's my story. And that's what led me to start this company, because I said, well, if I can help myself, what else can I do? Because what happened was, the moment that I healed myself, not only did I stop the bleeding and all those symptoms that come with ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease or IBS, now it's all fixed, right? I got my life back and eat the foods I want to eat now. And I can also, and now I had so much more focus. I got my brain back. That's even more important. Right? I got my body back, and I also got my brain back. So now I can, focus every day. I can work 10, 12 hours a day, get a lot of stuff done, have lots of productivity, creativity, manifestation ability, relationship skills, positive attitude, all that came. Whereas I was like completely negative, always tired and fatigued, and like exhausted, and just irritable, not very good with people, because I was just so drained of energy. Right? You need energy in order to give. Right? If you're not filled up yourself with energy, you can't give any energy to anybody. So, I mean, if you're sick, you're watching this, and you need that transformation, then you're in the right place, because now, since that time, I've been able to help thousands of people, same as you, Kim, thousands of people transform their health and their wellness. And like people, we take people who are struggling and who really need it and take them back to normal. But what we do after that is go even a step further, is from that point of being normal, we take them to be superhuman.
Yeah.
Right? Because normal is great. But then what's after that? After that, we want to be superhuman. So with the technology, not only can you take you from, an unhealthy state into a healthy state, but it'll take you from a normal, healthy state to be a superhuman ability state, which is being able to manifest things into reality, right? Being able to unlock certain levels of your consciousness, where you can access like lower brain waves such as alpha, theta, and delta, that help you to access the universal consciousness, right? So what I mean is, like, as simply as you're going to have more dreams, okay? So you'll have more dreams, and from your dreams, those dreams will give you insight, creativity, inspiration, and also give you answers to your questions, because our subconscious is very powerful. Our subconscious has access to everything that you've ever read, ever seen. Have you seen the movie Limitless? Or have you seen Lucy? Remember the movie Lucy with, what's her name? So you get to unlock the other parts of your brain, because we only use about 10 to 15% of our brain. We got another 85% that we're not even accessing. Well, at least they don't know that we're accessing or not. And most people don't do it. So what do you do with that other 80%? Well, once you start unlocking it, you can start unlocking all the memory that you ever had since you were the day you were born. Everything that you ever seen, ever heard, ever tasted, ever touched, ever smelled is recorded in your brain somewhere. It's just that it's in your subconscious. It's not in your conscious mind. So what happens when you tap into your subconscious, you get to access all that knowledge and all those experiences. And now whenever you make decisions, you are basically, now you're informed. Now you don't make any mistakes, because now you're accessing your intuition. You're accessing like you said, your gut. You're accessing your gut mind. Your gut mind. You have your brain there. And many people don't connect their gut with their brain, with their head brain, right? It's called, and also their heart, right? So if you want to make a good decision in life, if you want to be successful, and you want to stop being stuck or being frustrated and making mistakes, or hanging out with the wrong people and working with the wrong people, or attracted to negative things and circumstances and situations in your life which basically screw you up, then you need to align your mental mind with your heart mind, with your gut mind. If you have those three things aligned, you can't make a mistake. Everything works to your benefit. Everything that's happening is for your benefit. Even if it seems to be a bad thing, like now, if something bad happens, I say, wow, thank you. Thank you so much, because I know this is part of the plan. I know I'm on the road I need to be, because I'm aligned in those three minds, right? It's actually from, Chinese, the Taoist theory, right? There's the three minds. And then when we meditate, with our crown. When we bring the Qigong, when we do Qigong, we meditate, we bring the Qi up into my crown chakra, bring it into pituitary gland, bring it into your gut, and then also the heart. So when you do that, you're creating that pathway for Qi to go up and down that path. Anyway, that's my story. That's how you become superhuman. And you're asking, like,
I don't think people realize that they can access these things. I mean, I know when I say I was not in the matrix, like I was non-matrix till I was about 20, and then I went into the matrix, and I wasn't able to access all of the things that I'm able to access now. Like, I am pretty smart, and I don't feel like I could have been that if I didn't have that gut brain connection. And it gets foggy, and it got really foggy over a few years while I know I was having a parasitic infection. But people just don't realize that you can do those things, and things like this just kind of help that. They just help it along so that you can expand more.
Well, the body needs energy to do anything. Like that's obvious, but what people don't realize, that the body needs energy to meditate too. So it needs energy to access those other parts of your consciousness. That's why when you just fall asleep, you're not really meditating, so to speak. It's you're just sleeping and you're just dreaming. But if you want to do active meditation, it actually requires energy. For example, if you do Wim Hof ice baths, you do a lot of heavy breathing, and you getting your blood oxygenated, and you feel hot, so hot that even if you go in the ice bath, it doesn't feel cold anymore. So I did that. So I went to ice baths, but it takes a while to train that. But that's kind of like how meditation is, because you need to actually activate the energy in your body, either through electrical impulses or through heart, through the the electricity that's coming from your heart to heat up your body and the blood flow and through all your nerves. You have to activate that to bring or basically push and open up the channels of your higher chakras. It's Kundalini Yoga is the same idea. So you got to bring that energy up, and because it's going up, you have to fight gravity. Right? Gravity, if you don't do anything, is naturally going to go down, and naturally is going to be very low, and you just have your basic instincts, which is just eat, screw and and eat and screw and sleep. Right? That's all people think about these days, right? But if you want to access those higher levels of consciousness, you need to focus on bringing that energy up your chakras, up to your heart chakra, the first solar plexus. Eventually, the first thing you're gonna notice once you're using the Qi coils or even using some of your tablets, once you unblock those energy centers or unlock them, a lot of us, we have them closed, either because we've experienced pain, or we have fear, or we have doubt, or somebody hurt us, or we're afraid of something, we heard something scary, and our life experiences are trauma, so we close those up, right? We close up the gut, we close up our hearts, we close up our minds, we close up our intuition. So you need something else to open them up again. You need to relax them, massage them, and physically massage them, and massage them with magnetic fields, so that they will open up again. The first thing you're going to start noticing is you're going to have more energy, more motivation. It's like your sacral, your solar plexus chakra is opening up. You have more motivation. Oh, I feel like cleaning up my room. Oh, look at all this dirty stuff in my room. All this clutter. I didn't notice this before. Now I feel like I just want to clean it up. So that kind of stuff happens. Or you say, oh, I didn't notice my hair wasn't looking good. So you start like being more noticeable. You notice more things that need to be, improved, and less lobby. So you get more motivation to do the things you normally don't do. Or you say, oh, that book I always wanted to read. I think I'm going to read it now. Or that project I wanted to do, that idea, maybe I should start doing something with that. So you start having this motivation to do the things, and actually energy and fire to get you into action. And the next thing you notice is opening up your heart, and you start to feel more passionate about things. You start to connect with people better. You start to kind of read people better. You kind of understand people's feelings a lot more, right? Like a lot of times people are arguing each other. A lot of people get into fights and disagreements, and mostly because they're just thinking about themselves. They're not able to see on the other person's point of view, and they're not able to see the bigger picture. Okay, because a lot of times, we always argue with people, maybe loved ones, spouse, whatever, right? Arguments happen, but then let's just look back at an argument you had. Like, was it really that important? It's not. Like, in the big picture of the things, what you fight about like last month, isn't it important? It's not. But at the moment, we're so caught up in that whatever the argument is, because our hearts are closed. But when our hearts are open, then we start to understand the other person, and you say, you know what, I understand how to feel, I understand what I did to them, and then you're more open to being more cooperative with people, and you start to care about people more. And you start being, like, even in business transactions, you start being less selfish, and you start seeing the bigger picture, right? Okay, how are we going to work together in the long term? I'm looking at the 10 years. I'm looking at 20 years of working together. I'm not looking, okay, I'm just gonna, get what I can get from this person in 6 months, and then I'm out of here, something like that, right? So you tend to kind of see the bigger picture better when your heart opens. And then other things happen, like throat chakra, your communication gets better, and then your intuition, and then your connection with the higher power, right? Your crown chakra. You start getting more aligned with your life purpose, and you start getting more in touch with your spiritual self. You may start for me, I can hear a voice. If I ask a question, like, should I do this? I hear instantly. I know yes or no. Or it's like, should I, is this person Should I work with this person or not? Instantly I get an answer yes or no, and it's very clear. Or should I do this promotion, or should I do this with my product? In business, it's very useful.
I feel like it kind of helps reset the nervous system a little bit. And when I talk about like parasites and parafy, is it resets your gut. I feel like the best verbiage I could use listening to you and using it is that I feel like it's resetting my nervous system at a level that just listening to the frequencies has not done. Now, listening to the frequencies is amazing. It is. If that's all you have, like, it's better to listen to them. I mean, we've had a lot of success with parasites and, for me, anxiety and pain, but this actually goes down into my system and makes me feel like everything I'm doing is awesome and it's working. So I feel like it's a nervous system reset. I mean, I like to use words. So someone has this question and I can't answer it, but I'm going to definitely use your verbiage for it later. They want to know the difference between the smaller Qi coil and the bigger Qi coil.
Okay. Well, we have three sizes, right? This is the medium. This is the large.
Really big.
Really big. The size of my face. And there's a smaller one that is 2.5 inches. So I don't have one here because we're basically really low on stock. But just a little bit smaller than this. The main difference is just the size. The larger the field, right? The bigger the coil, the larger the field. The bigger the coil, the more electricity we can pump into it to make a bigger field. A smaller coil can't handle the bigger power supplies because they just don't have enough wiring to do it. And then also another obvious difference is like it's more portable. So if you have a smaller one, it's more portable. Mm-hmm. These ones are large enough you can put in the house and it'll cover like one room. That's how much energy can come out from these. Another main difference is these are the quantanium lines. So the gold ones are quantanium line, which means there's crystals inside. You look closely, there's like these crystals inside. It's these gold crystals. There's 6 of them in the backs, and then there's 3 of them in the Chico 3s. So that's the main difference. And we have so if you want to learn what's available, go to usetheqi.com, usetheqi.com, and then you go there and you're going to see a link that says Discover Qi Coils right there. Discover Qi Coils. You click that, and then it's going to show you our lineup and the prices there. Okay, but we do have a set of coils that we're discontinuing at the old price, which is really, really low price, and I think we're going to reserve it for Kim's people on Sunday. So I think we only have 20 or 30. I think they're just be gone in like a minute or something like that. But that's available. I'm going to reserve it for Kim's people on Sunday. Yeah.
My peeps. This is what I have. Do you put yeah, you can put it like, so I put it on my knees. There's 2 of them. And when I'm sitting, what I've been doing is I've just been setting them on my legs because there's a range. So I've just been setting them on my knees. When I do my parasite frequencies with them, I set them on my stomach. That's really the only difference that I've done so far. And my pain is radiating from my knee to my hip. So it works out well. But like, I want to get these mofos if I do have anything going on in my system. So I'm going to put them like right where it counts. But you can set them next to you if you don't want them on you. If you just want them sitting next to you, like on the arm of a chair or right next to you, the closer you have it on your body, the better it's going to work. So,
yeah, just don't put it right up to your skull like this. You don't want to influence your brain with too strong of a magnetic field. Just not recommended, but you can put it anywhere else in your body. Are there any other questions there?
Realtor Christy, it's because and I'll have David answer it. From my understanding, it was because they're discontinuing them because they're going wireless, correct? The ones that are
Yeah,
the legacy ones?
the new ones are wireless, and the old ones, it was they're used these are the older style, so you connect them by wire, and these are the newer style. They are Bluetooth, so there's one less wire to connect. So that's the main difference. And we haven't changed the old price on the discontinued ones. We have since raised our prices because of all the cost of the materials and the manufacturing and employees. So, but you can still get the old price until we sell out. Once we sell out, then that's gone. Mm-hmm.
So with the wireless ones, you can then attach a headset, right? Because with the wired ones, you'd have to do 2 splitters.
No, you don't have to. With the wired ones, you can do the same thing, right? So one goes to the coil, one comes from your phone or from the tablet, right? So this one has a splitter, and you connect one end to one coil, and instead of connecting another coil, you just connect headphones to this.
Okay.
So you have to use wired headphones. You can't use the Bluetooth headphones. That's the only difference. Whereas the same happens here is you just connect the same thing. You can do the same thing, except now you have one wire from here into your phone or into your tablet. Okay, so you can do it both ways. And you're right. The frequencies have a different kind of effect than the electromagnetic field. Some frequencies, help in a different way. Like frequency is really good for relaxing the mind. Like remove negative energy, or the sleep ones. They're really good at relaxing the mind and just making you get into those like deep states of consciousness. Where the magnetic frequencies really help to basically target your cells in your body, because the magnetic energy goes through your skin and it goes through your bones and muscles and tissue, whereas the sound will just go in your ears, but it mostly bounces off your skin. Okay, so it's kind of 2 kinds of therapy. So that's the thing we have Chico is that we're combining those 2 things, sound therapy and electromagnetic, which is very unique, because even with the royal frequencies, they're not really that pleasant to listen to, right? It's just one tone. And but with our quantum frequencies that you see in our Coil app, a lot of them are really cool to listen to. Have you tried the mind expansion, the reality bending ones, right?
I have not tried them yet, but I looked at them.
Okay, yeah. So those are very popular too. We have something, I don't think I can say the word, but basically, let me see, I can show you. So if you're interested in like mind expansion, or like, what do you call it?
All of the plant medicine that we're not allowed to talk about.
Yes, plant
he's
medicine.
Got those.
That's the word.
Yeah.
We have plant medicine. Plant medicine. Here you go. So this is our Coil app, and it has over 800 different frequencies: wellness, sexual wellness, supplements, life force, abundance, success, emotions, relationships, brain wisdom, manifesting, transformation, protection, anti-aging, skin care, fitness. And then we also have this. If you want to do the ceremonies without doing the ceremonies, we have that. And then we also have this, which is, they call it the spirit molecule, or the God molecule. Dimethyl is the chemical that gives you spiritual experiences. So we have frequencies for those. We're the only people that do, actually.
Yeah. I've never even had heard about it until I talked to you. I didn't know that you could do all of that. Like, the amount of information is amazing. Yeah, it opens up your pineal gland. You can do DM and then the T, and you can do ayahuasca. There's a mushy one that isn't like functional mushrooms. It's the one that, if you can do it, and you don't have to go through like the the pain of getting sick is from my understanding, because that part is the non like good part when you're taking mushies and you don't feel well when you're taking them. So it's kind of a cool idea of what you're doing. And I think that, I mean, I'm excited this weekend to do one of the DM and then the T, because I mean, I need, like, you sometimes you just need a break from your brain and just get a little bit of a different perspective on things,
Yeah. 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 It's like when I do it, I get really buzzy. I can feel myself vibrating. Like I'm just listening to this. I'm not even using Coil, and I listen to about 20 minutes at night, and then buzzing so intensely I couldn't sleep. And then it's just really, really wild. And then because I couldn't sleep, I had to play the sleep frequency, and then so with this is as if you have this like control panel for your body, right?
Yeah, that's what it
for your
feels
mind.
like.
It's a control panel. It's like a cheat code for your brain.
For your brain.
It's like,
I got a new case. It's not as exciting as I thought, but I got a new case because I'm like, I don't want to drop this. I like the fact that it has its own unit, like its own pad. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it has its own pad. So sometimes, because we did a survey and like 80% of people never even bring it out of the house. So, so we figured, well, why? And when you're at home and then using the app, you might be like browsing, watching YouTube on the app, and you don't want to be using the app and taking up the sound, right? So we said, we just give people tablets. We install our app in here, and then you can use both apps in here. It's all fully unlocked. And then the Coil app in here, you can download all the frequencies or upgrade from there, and then you free it up, right? So now you just combine it together with this. So that's like the system, and you get 2 coils, not just one. And the reason we have 2 coils is because there's yin and yang. You want to balance your energies, and if you're energetically sensitive, you would be able to feel the difference between the yin and the yang coils. Have you tried that yet?
I did.
Yeah. Did you feel a difference?
Yeah. Should you always use both of them? Should you always do the yin and the yang, or should you just
you can use either one or combine. It's up to how you feel. But tell me what's the difference you felt?
I've used them both. That I've only used them both. I didn't switch out because I like.
Okay, so try it out. So try it out. Just use one or the other, and feel the difference. But basically, yeah, you can tell people how it feels on your channel. But there's a difference. So and when I read a lot of the literature of people who, like, from ancient texts and stuff like that, and even scientists talking about different kinds of rotational fields, I hit it on the nail with the yin and yang. It's actually doing the same thing that all these other like technologies are measuring, like, because they're measuring different, they're called torsion fields, and they're able to measure, there's a different kind of way it reacts with matter or reacts with physics depending on which way it spins, and also it changes how it reacts with bacteria, it reacts with organisms as well, and also changes how plants grow. So one coil would make plants grow faster, another coil would make plants grow less fast or grow a different way. So there's a difference in just this way that spins. It affects organisms differently. So and it affects the mind differently as well. So I'm like one of the only people that figured this out. And then when you combine both of them, the yin and the yang, then you get this really balanced, centered feeling, as if like everything's super calm and you're like in the center of the universe. It's really cool. Especially you have the really big ones. The big coils.
Yeah, you have really big ones.
Yeah, these are called oral coils. These are the professional models. So people have clinics, or you can just put them in your home. You can use this to cover your own whole home. So, this one, 14-inch, we are discontinuing. This is 24-inch, and we're upgrading this one too. So that's also available. Go to usetheqi.com, learn about that. And yeah, so we're here with Kim Rogers, the Worm Queen, and she just shared with us about her experiences. So what do you see yourself going from here?
Like, what am I going to continue using it?
I don't know, like what do you see yourself doing from now on? I mean, from this point. I mean, you've accomplished quite a lot. You've been able to heal yourself and many people. So what is your goal and your mission or your dream? Where do you want to see this go?
My goal is to finish our house right now. That's like our biggest goal. That's been our goal for 3 years. Well, longer than that, but we're definitely ready to. We live on our construction site, and it's a little, we live in a travel trailer while we're building our dream home, going in it every day, but not living in it. And so it definitely is, we can see it. It's there. We have everything. We're just putting it on it, the house, and it's just the two of us. So it takes a little bit more time than if we had contractors. So that's my next thing. And then I don't know what we're going to do after that. I'm kind of excited. Like, we don't really have any plans this far out. Your viewers may not know this, but I almost died. And so this is like the next phase of my life. And I wasn't even supposed to be this far along. Like, I wasn't really seeing my house being done. And I was preparing my husband for no mortgage, no debt. So when I was gone, he could be able to grieve and build our house and just really be able to like take his time and do it. So anything beyond that moment that passed from me not dying has been an overall blessing. And so we're just kind of now just like, we just got to get in the house. And then anything after that, we're excited about it. Mm-hmm. The parasites were pretty bad that I had. So there was a gal that was just in here commenting, and her daughter almost died from cryptosporidium. I mean, they call it crypto for a reason, mm-hmm. And so it's pretty life-changing when you self-heal, Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can do the Lyme disease frequency. There are different frequencies. I don't know if there's one exactly for Lyme, but there are different frequencies that will help with that. David would know.
Yeah, we have Lyme. Let me see. So you just go to the app, the R app, and then you go to here, Lyme. So right there is a bunch of them for Lyme. Anaplasma Lyme, Babesia Lyme, bacteria, Borrelia, Lyme disease. There's a bunch of them. Lyme A, Lyme B.
If you go into my profile, you guys, and click on Coil, up on the corner on the left, there's the menu. Drop down, it'll say Legacy. Click on that, and there are coils that start at $3.99, and those are the wired coils. So, but then they go up from there to the wireless coils. That's where the price difference is, but they're not on that first page when you click on them. So I know you're opening it up and you guys have some sticker shock. Just know that if you scroll through all of that stuff, you're going to get an idea of different options that you have. And they're two coils. So the ones we're talking about are a little bit different, but they're all going to give you the frequencies. They're all going to give you the capability of taking the frequencies from the app that he has, as well as the Z app or the R app, which is the one we can't talk about the word. And they all do similar things. It's just the different ranges.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a question. Is this to balance your energy, train your brain, healing and manifesting? Yes, you can do all of the above for that. That's exactly what it does. So it does it with technology, and it does it with frequency. Mm-hmm. Somebody asked me about, can you talk about Qi AI? Is there anybody else here that wants to learn about Qi AI? I'm actually doing a relaunch for it. So Qi Energy AI, if you go to my website again, use the qi.com. There's a link that says Discover Qi Energy AI. That's a little bit different. So we talked about the sound and frequency healing, and then we talked about the energy, the magnetic energy, but there's another kind of energy. It's called subtle energy. And it's basically like, basically it's kind of like, how to explain? It's kind of like, it's invisible, it's not detectable, and it travels faster than light. And it's what keeps the world together, the universe together. Like scientists have discovered that there's 80% of the universe is made of dark matter, and they can't find this particle. They can't find this dark particle, but they can see its effect. They can see that's bending light, and then they say that 80% of the universe has this invisible mass, that dark mass that they cannot find. It's based on that kind of energy, because it's energy that is everywhere and all over the place at the same time. So we are harnessing that kind of communication. It's like subspace. And then we can send energy to a phone, we can send energy to address. So it's really out there, but I can prove it works. And many people can't. Maybe people only do this in theory. They say it theoretically works, but I actually prove that it can work. And I'm actually going to do a launch on this next week. I did a whole video on it. It's 30 minutes long. And in the video, I show you how you can feel in your own house Qi energy, and you can prove to yourself whether it's real or not. You can test it in your own home. So just watch out for that. Okay, Texas Militia. He says, I'm just trying to figure out how to measure it on an end user level. How to measure it. If you have a oximeter meter or HRV meter, which will be selling soon, do you have one of those? No? Then you can actually measure how much your HRV improves from using the frequency, using the Qi Energy AI. You can also use what you call kinesiology. So you can use your finger testing. If you're familiar with that, you can see how much stronger your physiology is. Do you have a wall unit that's not from a hackable device? I don't understand what that means.
Tell them about the water and what you can do with the water.
Okay. So, well, our body is made up of about 70% water. And so when you're using the coils, it's actually energizing all the water in your body. But you can also use it to energize the water, in a jar. And all you need to do is just put it close to the jar when you're using the frequencies. So water is programmable. Did you know that? Water is programmable. So if you charge water, even with just a simple magnet, it will taste different from water that's not magnetized. That's it. The magnet doesn't even have to have frequency. Just a simple act of putting a magnet near the water will make it taste different. So what's happening when you're doing that? It's actually changing the structure of the water, not the molecular composition, but it's changing the structure of the water and the surface tension of the water and the refraction index of the water. So what it means is actually when you shine the light on it, it refracts light more. So it's as if it was absorbing or emitting more light. I think the same thing happens in our blood. Is when it's in a high energy state, it becomes just more viscous. It flows a lot easier, and it has more electrical charge in it. So when you use the frequencies, let's say remove negative energy or light force or any frequency from the coil, you can use it to program that water that's in the jar, and then when you drink it, you're absorbing that into your body. Hey, Janie Rainey, you bought one.
Great. Oh, Janie got one. Did you guys go over to his? Because they were over here. They're like, we got them. There's 2 people that got them. I'm so excited. I'm trying to sort out my time a little bit more so that I can do like frequency, like Zoom calls with people that have gotten this one or a Healy, because, you know, even though it's a microcurrent, it's different, but they still all help, you know, do self-healing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it'll be helpful for pets and cats.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, especially for pain. It really helps well for pain for my dogs and cat, and recovery. Like they heal just a lot faster. My friend had surgery, and they had stitches on the dog, and then they used the coil, and overnight, after, you know, in the morning they couldn't find the scar. It healed immediately. So it's just crazy. And then my dog, there's a couple times where they have knee problems and they kind of limp around.
Mm-hmm.
And then we bring them to the vet, and they say, "Oh, here's some painkillers." Either painkillers or surgery. That's the only 2 things they do, or X-ray, right? And doesn't really help them that much. It just hurts your bank account.
I mean, you know, the thing is that the way that I started to make myself feel better about spending money on self-care items is I no longer spend that money on prescriptions, doctor's appointments, the gas to the doctor's appointments. Like I sat down and I figured out how much I was spending a month, and I about fell over, you know.
Yeah. No, like recently, like I don't know what's happening in the States, but locally, all of the veterinarians joined a union, and they all use the same like itemized like invoiced program. So before you go there, you get checkup. It's just checkup, $50, right? Now, like pre-checkup consultation, $20, right? And then some other weird thing I don't understand is $20. And then it's like after checkup consultation is like $20. So it adds up to like $150. It's the same thing they did. But now because they have this new billing system, they add a whole bunch of stuff in there that wasn't there before that you don't need. And you have to negotiate the hell of it just to like get it back to what it used to be, and you're getting the same service. So a lot of these veterinarians, I mean, you know, thank God for them, but they have to run a business, but then now they just overcharge you.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing, you know, and then they make the most from X-rays. That's why they're always trying to sell X-rays, because it's 1 minute, doesn't cost them a thing, and you just pay for the X-ray machine. You say, oh, there's nothing wrong with them. Okay, well, thanks for the $600.
And most people think you could, because I was an X-ray tech. So most people think that it's going to tell you what's wrong. In reality, it only tells you if you have a broken bone.
Yeah. And if somebody has a broken bone, you can tell already. Like you can, you know, very clearly know that it's broken or not.
Yeah.
Unless it's a fracture. Fractures are hard to detect. But that's the only thing that's good for. A lot of times, not really necessary.
I feel like, you know, a lot of process of self-healing is really resetting your nervous system and calming it down, and then you can tackle anything at that point. That's my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. And that's why cancer is such a, I mean, the C word is such a problem, is because it's so fear-based. Like even if you're like, there's so many people that when they got diagnosed with C, they just change their positive attitude and they go back to the doctor and they don't have C anymore. It's just a mental thing. But the game that they play is that they want to scare you and say, oh, you only have 6 months to live, or oh, you only have this, and get your things in order. Whereas, you know, there's a solution for it. There's solutions for it. There are alternate solutions that people need to look at. So, and then, so when they do that, it keeps you from getting into that relaxed state, which you need to be in order to heal. Because you need to be in that relaxation state to relax your mind, relax your body, for it to be able to get that chi energy flow going.
Mm-hmm.
And chi is what what basically makes your body work. Gives you your wellness and gives you your vitality. Literally, it's life force. So in order to activate your life force, one of the first steps is relaxation. The same thing we do in Qigong, same thing we do in martial arts, same thing we do when you do like world-class performer, like a world-class athlete. They first have to learn how to get into the alpha state in order to do performance at like high levels. Same thing. So when you can do that, when you master being able to control your brain waves and to be able to relax your body and mind, then you're able to unlock your innate power to heal yourself. And then what our technology does is it speeds up that process, because you think relaxation is easy. It's actually hard.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder than you think. It's kind of it's like a oxymoron, right? It's you want to relax harder. The harder you relax, the better you do. But relaxation comes from not trying. Right? You don't want to try to sleep. You don't want to try to relax, because the moment you try, then you have tension. So
you're
you
thinking about it. Yeah, you're thinking about it. You're like, I need to relax. And you're sitting here and you're like, I can't relax because I'm thinking about relaxing.
Exactly. Yeah. So you need to train your brain to relax properly without triggering that analytical mind. You need to learn how to bypass that analytical mind and just go into your parasympathetic nervous system, just feeling, just observing. Right? So you close your eyes, you focus on your breath, you focus on the frequency that you're listening to or a mantra that you're doing. You open your ears and you listen. And you just observe without making any judgment. That's the key, right? We all judge everything that we see and say, oh, that is like this. Oh, looks stupid, or this looks cool. Oh, this is interesting, or this. We're always processing and judging. But when we turn off our judging mind, our analytical mind, and we just let the thoughts come and go and not hold on to any of it, and just let the breath guide you, then you get into this state where you're completely relaxed. Your mind's relaxed and your body's relaxed because they're connected. So you relax both things, but you're relaxed, but not completely placid and not completely like collapsed, right? Because you see people in their lotus positions, you're sitting up straight. That takes energy too. But then they're relaxed because they're relaxed in the structured state. That's the key to Tai Chi, martial arts, is to have relaxation. Like you see the trees in the swing in the wind, right? Right? They're really loose and relaxed like this. But you see the trunk is very solid and is rooted in the ground. Okay, so that's the philosophy. That's the visualization we want to use when we do our Qigong or Tai Chi or even yoga, right? You want to be completely whispery and relaxed with your hands. And then you want to be very rooted on the ground with your bottom part of your body. When that happens, you have superhuman strength. You can actually break things with your hand, right? So I can break a 1-inch board like that close, right? Most people is like bam, they have to do this big wind up and they break it like this, right? But I can break it from this close, like that, and that's coming from Qigong. Because Qigong is not just used for healing. Actually, Qigong was used for martial arts too. Qigong was used to kill people or for self-defense. And the concept is based on relaxation. Whereas, most of conventional sports is based on force and based on strength, it's based on speed and based on big muscles, right? But Qigong is completely opposite. They have that, but that is not the focus. The focus is on relaxation, on rootedness into the ground, and connection and alignment. And it's the same for dancing, right? The dancing is the same thing. Connection to the ground, agility, alignment. Ballet, it's all about that. Yoga, it's all about that. But then Qigong uses that and then uses it for martial arts purpose. Because when you can break a board with this and you target somebody's acupressure points, you can make them stop breathing. So it's not like I'm going around doing that to everybody, right? But but it is actually very, very dangerous for people who can master that art. But what I'm telling you is that the ancients have figured this out. They figured out how to like optimize and maximize what the body and the mind can do. And then we've lost that art. We lost that understanding and knowledge over time. And now we're kind of regaining it, but it's hard for us to kind of regain it completely because of all the technology and all the distractions and all the chemicals and the poison that's around right now. Because back then they don't have all the poison. They don't have 5G. They don't have EMF poisons.
Right.
They don't have chemical poisons. They
They
don't have
all
parasites.
that crap.
Yeah.
They don't
So
have
they
the
could meditate water. A lot more deeper. They can connect with nature a lot easier. They can meditate deeper. They can connect with the cosmos a lot easier. So that's how they came up with all those like manuals and all the wisdom from the ancients, because there's people that can connect so well. And there's people can then do it today as well, but then the number is very small. It's just because the earth is all polluted.
Yeah.
It's hard to do it. So now with technology, we can kind of regain that because we can amplify that part in yourself, that spiritual part of yourself, that chi energy. We can make that chi, rekindle that chi that has been snuffed out, and then help it to grow and to build it and then grow it, cultivate it and make it huge and make it very strong.
Just because you're vegan doesn't mean you won't have parasites. In fact, most people that have parasites, it's from their produce. Like it's the worms that are on our produce. I have to say that what you're saying about how technology and the toxins and all of those things are what cause us to really have a lot of these issues. And there's no escaping it. There's just trying to help yourself from having it absorb any further into your system, and having the mental health to be able to stop the thoughts and to calm it down is kind of, you know, what I'm finding using this is kind of helping with my anxiety, because I have some anxiety going on over the last few days. Building a house is very stressful. And there, you know, if you can calm yourself down, then maybe the bumps in the roads that might have been overwhelming might not be as overwhelming.
Yeah, somebody asked, is there a book that talks about it? Yeah, I have a book. It's called The Life of Qi, The Science of Life Force. Hard to focus. Is this one here, Life of Qi. So you go to usetheqi.com. You can get this book there. And it's a digital copy. It comes with an audio book too. It's a 6-hour audio book, and it's included. Go check it out. This link, usetheqi.com. Am I coming to California? So yeah, if any of you are in California, I'm going to be down in LA in West Hollywood on the 22nd of July. So that is a Friday, I think. Let me just check. Yeah, I think it's a Friday. So anybody want to meet me in person, I'm doing a meet and greet. And I'm going to post hey, Dimitri, you're in Cali? Yeah, it'll be great to meet up. So I'm going to be there, and there's going to be an Eventbrite link on my my link again. Use the Qi. It's not up yet, but I'll put it up later. It's Eventbrite. You can get the tickets. It's free, but just get the ticket, and I'll give you all the information where I'm going to be on the 22nd. Yes, it's a Friday, so it's going to be at 1 o'clock. When it starts at 1 o'clock, I'll be around probably about 3 or 4 o'clock. I'll be around the evening too, but the meeting is going to be from 1 to 3 o'clock or so. So go to usetheqi.com after this meeting or later on when I put up the link, and you can get your tickets for that. I'd love to meet you if you want to meet up in California, West Hollywood, LA.
That'll be fun. I like LA.
Yeah. Is this one day only? Yes, 1 day only. I'm going to be in LA. Tony says, yeah, another way to show that it's working, like how people are asking, how do you know it's working? You can, so that's 2-part question. The first question is, how do you know it's on or not? how you know it's on is use a magnet, and then you can use the test frequency from the app, and you put the magnet on here, and it's going to bounce around, jiggle, and then it's going to make a ringing noise, so you know it's on. Another way to know it's on, you have another magnet, the cylinder magnet, and you can put it there, and you can feel it vibrate in your fingers. So that's how you know it's on. Another way that you can do it is Tony has a EMF meter, but you know, these are $100 each. I don't know who wants to invest in them.
There's these. Oh my goodness, they're so strong. They're so strong. They're like its own force.
Okay, so you can get one of these EMF meters. They're about $100 or so, but then you can measure electromagnetic fields with it. And so that's another way. So that's how you know if it's on or not. So the other question is, how do you know it's working on you, on your body, right? So a lot of people can feel it, but some people can't feel it, but most people can. And you're gonna feel tingling sensations in your hands. You may feel like maybe your migraine starting to dissipate. You feel more relaxed. You may feel heat in your chest, or feel tingling in your face or your nose. Sometimes you may feel like a pressure in your chest. It's like, I gotta do something, like that motivation. Sometimes you're gonna feel kind of cool sensation or heaviness or some kind of like warming sensation. So it's different for everybody, but you're gonna get those sensations. So that's the sensation you get when there's an electromagnetic field that's affecting your body. And another way that you experience and know if it's working for you is with kinesiology or a HRV meter, which you're going to have soon. So HRV meter is just something you clip to your finger. It measures your heart rate, and it's going to tell you your heart rate variability. So after about 10 seconds, it'll give you a number, let's say 120. And then you use the coils, and then you take another measurement, and it's going to show you a number like 130. So your HRV went from 120 to 130. The higher your HRV, the better your body is able to manage stress. So it's more resilient. Okay, so people who are like top athletes, they have very high HRV. The high performers have really high HRV. So you can instantly see after using this for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, your HRV will improve. So that's another way. The third way I explained is using kinesiology. Okay, actually we can do that right now. So let's say you link your fingers together like an OK. So link it together. Try not link them together tight, and then try to open it up with your finger like this. Okay, so you're doing two things. You're trying to keep the link together, but you're also opening it up. So you're making them snap together like this. Okay. So now in your mind, I want you to think, my name is, and then your name. Can you do that? Think, my name is your name, and then try to do that now. My name is. Okay. Is your finger stronger or weaker when you say something that's truthful?
It feels stronger.
Okay, now say, my name is some other person's name. That's not your name.
Oh, yeah, that's freaky.
Okay, so when something's not in alignment with the truth or in alignment with what's beneficial, then your body gets weaker. But then when something's in alignment with the truth, such as your name, then it becomes stronger, right? So you can flip it back and forth. Say your name is your real name, and then test it. And say your name is another name, and then test it.
That's pretty cool. I don't do muscle testing. Everyone's like,
okay.
Muscle testing's great. I've never done it.
Okay, so that's a super simple way of testing whether something's true or not to you, subconsciously. Okay? So when you use the coil, do the same thing, right? Let's say you do it without no coil, no conscious thing, anything, not thinking anything. Just do this and then see. You write down on paper, say, okay, from 1 to 10, how strong are your fingers? Let's say it's a 5, okay? Then you turn on the coil and you do it right away. And then you should feel like going up or you should go up or down. Then you know whether that frequency is good for you or not. Okay,
I can sometimes see it. I can sometimes, like, if I when I have it going, if I've done maybe a little too much, I can feel like a little bit of a wave.
Mm-hmm.
And I get a little jittery, probably because I'm pretty low energy, a lot more than I would like to be. So I can definitely feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes when it gets a little bit too strong, you feel jittery. It's like you have like a lot of coffee, jittery. But then it's not like not too uncomfortable, but it's still jittery. Or sometimes you may feel like some pressure in your head a little bit. Sometimes you feel very tired. You want to fall asleep. That's when you had too much. Okay, so what's happening is like we're giving you this really high energy frequency, and let's say your body's here. You only got a 4-cylinder engine. You're trying to put in some like rocket fuel, so it's gonna burn it up, and it's gonna tire out too fast. Tire out your engine, and burn it out. So what you want to do is just like use just the next level of energy, or just use the rocket fuel just for 1 minute or 2 minutes, right? And so that you don't tire out your energetic field. So, but over time, your energetic field gets to be able, like, gets more horsepower, right? And the more horsepower it can handle, then the more energy it can handle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does make sense. I have no idea what. I live in the woods.
And sometimes when like sometimes I'm just playing it in the background, and I forgot it's on, and there's like all of a sudden like I can't focus. I'm so dizzy and I'm so tired. And it's, oh yeah, I forgot to turn it off. So so that's when you know you had too much. Is when you start to get nauseous, like, oh, I feel like I gotta like throw up, or you feel like oh, I just feel like I want to go sleep. That's when you've had too much and you just turn it off.
So I have a question on the amplifier. On the amplifier where the plus and the minus is, that middle is 50%. Is that where you recommend starting at?
Yeah, start at 50%. So, you can go all the way to the right, or you can turn it off, right? So you can start somewhere in the middle. That's all you need. Right? Just experiment it with it. You don't need to turn it up all the way. Somewhere in the middle is good enough.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the wireless one? So that's the wireless one?
That's the wireless one, but the same goes for the wired one as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to reconvene again on Sunday. I'm going to go in 5 minutes because I've had kind of a long day.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Oh yeah, good. I think we've had a lot of progress and a lot to share. So it's great having you, Kim.
You use it every day, Christy. You can use it every day.
Yeah, every day. So so make sure you like and share this video once I post it, and go to usethechi.com. Go check out Mrs. Rogers Hood. There's a link there to get 5% off the Purify kit or anything on that store, and the Qi coils are on there as well. Go check it out. If you have any questions, you can contact me. You can contact Kim on their links. Yeah.
And then we're going live again on Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. So I'm gonna use it more, and then I'll have more questions, and I'll be able to kind of give more feedback on what I've been doing and how I've been doing it. And when you get something new, it's fun to play with it and try it out.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll talk again on Sunday.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, bye. Okay, I'm only going to be on for like 5 more minutes. You guys, it's so exciting to be able to have different levels of healing. I'm so excited about all of this. Okay, so Sunday at 6 p.m., I'll put it in my comments or in my profile. Maybe the sun won't be as bad on Sunday. Thank you both. Very interesting. Oh, I'm so excited, Janie. Which one did you get? I'm so excited. I got on. I think I missed it. Which parasite cleanse you recommend? Parify. It's in my profile. It's in my profile. Parify. The Parify kit. Okay, you guys, I'll talk to you on Thursday or on Sunday. Okay, you got the big one. All right. I'll talk to you guys on Sunday. Bye.